What's going on, everyone? Gelman with the Wellthy Stocks, back with our daily Palantir update video, ticker symbol PLTR, where we take a look at how Palantir stock traded today, key levels of support and resistance that we are looking at moving into the future, and based on that, what we think Palantir stock could do. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on Palantir are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let me go ahead and hit record. We'll get right into the video. So Palantir had itself a small green day. It was a lot more green at one point, but unfortunately we gave a lot of that back. So we'll take a look at that in just a second. But before we do that, what I want to do is I want to take a look at why it was up today. So Palantir actually got a pretty decent sized contract, about a 5-year $89.9 million contract with the National Nuclear Security Administration, NNSA. It's a semi-autonomous agency within the U.S. Department of Energy, and they do military application of nuclear science. So it's a 5-year contract. They're going to provide these kind of offices of safety, infrastructure, and operations with some of the Palantir software. So great news for Palantir. The stock jumped, of course, 5% on that news. This is pretty big news over the course of 5 years, right? More government contracts, and that's kind of what we are counting on, right? Palantir is a company that we are expecting to grow a lot in the next 2 to 3 to 5 to 10 years. We're hoping revenue keeps climbing. They become very profitable. The same customers come back for more contracts, and we also get new customers along the way. So this 5-year $90 million should be great news for the company, and we'll definitely hopefully see that. We saw a little bit of that spike up. Unfortunately, we gave a lot of that back, but remember, this is eventually going to go into the company's books. So hopefully we see increased revenue, we see increased profitability of the company in the long term. I hate saying things like, this is going to be the game changer deal, right? I know a lot of YouTubers say that. I'm going to keep it real. I think this is a pretty big deal. Long-term impact and balance sheet is going to be great, right? 90 million over 5 years, about 18 million a year if it's spread out equally. So that should be great for the company. I don't think it's a game changer though, unless we see, this contract get enlarged for the company. So hopefully, we keep seeing things like that. That's, really what's going to keep pushing Palantir up is new announcement of deals, and then, great kind of earnings. Remember that we are fast approaching demo day as well. So hopefully we see a push up into that. So we closed the week last week in the high 22s. In pre-market, we started pushing up. We came down to bounce off of our 2362 level, and then we pushed up, kind of took a little bit of step back, and then we pushed up to the 2445. And unfortunately, in the second half of the day, not even second half, really, after the first kind of hour and a half of the day, we started selling off a little bit. Saw a little bit of profit taking, so bounced off at 24, came up, and then broke below that. Couldn't even wait at the 2362 level, as you guys could see, kind of clearly breaks through, tries to come up against it, but gets rejected and then sells off into the close. So what I like about today, still a green day. We're up about 1.6%, after hours 0.26% as well. What I don't like though is, unfortunately, we ended the day, not even close to high of day. We ended the day below VWAP, and we saw a lot of selling pressure on a day where we saw a decent deal being announced. So let's take a look at the daily chart, and we'll see what we see here. So, here what we see is, the bull pennant that we saw forming, and then we, broke out into that, broke into the 30s. Next couple of days went to the mid 40s, sold off, ran up into earnings, and then with earnings, right, we got the surprise loss, we got the lockup expiration, which means a lot of executives, could sell their shares. So that, definitely caused a lot of selling pressure as well. And then we also had a market that was just generally weak, generally selling off. So with all that, in mind, we sold off, went all the way to the low 20s, pushed up 26s, and now we're seeing a recovery. So could it be a W, right here, a little W push up? Definitely, possibly could happen. Let's take a look at future levels of support, future levels of resistance. So first level of support we have is all the way down here, 2248. So if we keep dropping, that's the first level we have support at. And then we got the level right below it at 2150. And then on the push up, right, we broke below this 2360s level. So now we got to break above it again. And then if we can do that, 24 25.08, and then 25.39 would be the next level we're looking at. Remember that the 89 EMA here is here at 23.81, so we're still slightly below that level. As you can see, we could not, kind of get above it and hold it. But the good news is we are above the 8 EMA at 23.05, so that could be a decent support as well, but before the 22.48 level. I definitely, this week, what I'm hoping for is a push kind of towards the 25.39 right here. Depending on how soon we get that, we might even see the 26.80s level. Hopefully, kind of in the green, if the green continues or for the rest of this week. What I want to cover quickly is the S&P 500. I know that, Palantir is a small cap and it doesn't necessarily follow S&P, but S&P is the broader market, so I want to kind of focus on that a little bit. So it was up today because of strong jobs report, infrastructure plan, so kind of all that investment going into the economy, and then continued COVID-19 vaccinations, lifting kind of market sentiments of future recovery. So S&P is at 406. We are, making higher highs. We broke the 400 late last week, as I talked about, and now we are continuing to move up. April has historically been a great month for stocks, and as we can see from the first 2 days of trading, right, Thursday and today, it has been green, so hopefully we continue that, and hopefully Palantir continues that. Remember that we got demo day coming up, and I think a little less than 2 weeks now, so that's great news for us, and hopefully we see a little bit of a run up. Targeting kind of, the 26th to 28th sometime later this week. But really that first goal is this 25 level, depending on how soon we get that. If we see a couple green days, hopefully we push up. And then 26th to 28th between these levels, assuming we can get this 25 over the next couple of days. So that is what we are looking at, you guys. Great push up for Palantir. Long term, I think if you can hold it, definitely I can see a little bit of a push, and if we can kind of get back to the high 30s, right? If you take a look at this black box here, we're talking about a 50% return. If we get back to kind of the mid 30s, 56%, if we get back to 40, 71%, if we get back to all-time high, which I think the all-time high was a little bit of a pump, but that's about 92%, right? So if you are able to hold Palantir, personally, I think it's going to be, a great push up, and I think that the company has a lot of potential to go up in the long term. Potentially even hitting that $100 mark in 2 to 3 years. That's what I'm hoping for. No guarantees that happens, but and I'm no guarantee that it'll go straight up, right? Obviously, it'll go up, down, up, down, up, down. Run into earnings, sell off, post earnings. Normal things that happen in the stock market. So. Hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to my channel, comment down below what your thoughts on Palantir are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.